Let's begin!
Space Channel 5 VR is a dancing game which also requires you to have decent memory skills. The game requires 2 move controllers to play, as you will be using 2 virtual arms to dance with. The main campaign contains a tutorial and 4 stages to beat. Each stage is split up into different dancing sections. You must first watch and remember a series of moves the wacky characters in front of you do, and then you must copy them. The game does only track arm movements though, not your legs, so you don't have to fully copy each dance move. Some moves have you simply pointing your arms in a certain direction, and some have you striking a pose. Dodging also plays a role, as things such as asteroids get hurled towards you. Although the dancer in front of you steps out of the way during these moments, you don't have to fully copy her, as you can just lean from side to side. The collision with the object itself is the threat here, rather than failing to fully mimic the same movement she does. Some of your dance moves send out an attack when completed correctly. This happens automatically, but when it does, the move controllers vibrate. It really does give a greater emphasis that you completed a series of moves correctly. Your arms are attached to your virtual body, and it's pretty well in sync with your own real world movements. I just wish the excellent mimicking was used to its fullest, as each move and pose you must make has quite a lenient reaction time. So much so that if I couldn't remember what move was next, I would just copy the dancer in front of me, as she done the move during my turn to dance. Sure, I still had to be very quick to pull this off, but it was possible. It's actually a very easy game, even with the tough sounding game over rules. If you fail to copy 3 of the dance sequences in a section, it's game over, and you have to start from the beginning of the stage again. I did only fail at this once though. The game does lack a great challenge, which does hurt replayability. Viewership plays the role of your score, and is seen as a percentage during and at the end of each stage. The better you do, the higher the percent your viewership is. It's pretty easy to get quite a high score though. How many secrets you found are also displayed on the results screen. These are targets that appear during a stage and must be touched to be collected. They're not difficult to miss at all, as they appear right in front of you. It is a game that you'll most likely want to play in one go, due to all the crazy things that happen. A boss swings his arm towards you, and as he does so, the sound of the wind passing you sounds incredible, and flying jets whiz past you in space. The crazy sights and wacky songs, some of which include lyrics, do keep you amused from start to finish. Unfortunately, the main part of the game is on the short side, as it only took me around 45 minutes to beat. The game does come with a few extra modes too though. Arcade mode lets you play the first stage without having to worry about missing a dance move. It comes across more as a training mode rather than your traditional dancing game arcade mode. Trial dance is the best additional mode out of all of them. Here you will be faced with 100 dances in a row. It's a test of your endurance and could be used as a daily workout routine, although the lack of features would likely make it a bit dull to return to after a while. I found this mode to be more fast paced than the main game, and the rise in intensity was very welcomed. The game also comes with a couple of extra things that can really be seen as fan service for the series. The Friendopedia lets you view character bios, the dressing room lets you dress up characters in different costumes, and viewing lets you observe each stage from a different camera angle without having to participate in the dance. Unfortunately, the game does not come with a platinum, but the list is pretty decent considering it adds a bit of challenge to the game which is otherwise absent. You must complete every stage and also complete each one without making a mistake. You must also collect every secret and also do very well in the trial dance. It's always a shame when there hasn't been a platinum for a classic game series that has been brought back though, as it's normally one trophy hunters will want to show off more so than others in their collection. This is a very simple dancing game, due to the basic movements you must make and also due to the game's difficulty, but it's still quite an enjoyable experience thanks to the craziness seen all around you. I've never played a game in this series before, but experiencing a Sega game in VR was a lot of fun, mainly due to the simplistic and clean visuals. I may not have played the older games, but it definitely brought back memories of other Sega games that I have played. I do think this will mainly appeal to people who want to take a trip back down memory lane, rather than enticing newcomers to the series, as the price is pretty steep, and because of the difficulty, there isn't a whole lot to improve upon after your first playthrough. It can certainly be a fun outing, although you will want to focus on getting into the rhythm of things, rather than looking too deeply on how lenient the dancing mechanics are. You guys know by now that I'm pretty lazy, but with this game, I would have certainly liked it to push me a bit harder. It's just a bit on the easy side, which for a dancing game does hurt its replayability. As always, if you enjoyed this review, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more PSVR content.